What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Deville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Leonard Ellerbe, Dmitry Bivol. Get this, Leonard Ellerbe doesn't view Dmitry Bivol as an elite level fighter. He said he's a solid guy. Wow. The level of opponents that he's faced hasn't been the elite fighter, said Ellerbe. He said he described Alvarez's recent string of opponents. Bivol is a solid guy. No disrespect, but he's not an elite fighter. He's a solid fighter. He's good. Wow. Okay. He said Canelo is coming to that fight with a chip on his shoulder. He's coming off an injury, and that explains why his last couple of performances haven't been what the public would expect. I think with this fight right here, he's going to lay it on the line. I think we're going to see the best version where he's at right now. And let me counterpunch. First of all, Leonard Ellerbe, I know why he's doing that. That's bullshit, he said. He said that's bullshit about Bivol, and I'm going to explain why, okay? Bivol is an elite fighter. Bivol shows that he's elite each and every time. He shows other fighters that they ain't elite based on who he's fought. And Dmitry Bivol's been in there with a lot of game opponents. So I don't know the nerve of why he would use Dmitry Bivol. You know, Gilberto Ramirez, undefeated. Canelo Alvarez, undefeated for damn near 10 years. You know, Umar Salamov, Craig Richard. Joe Smith was a dangerous opponent. John Pascal, Eric Chalemba, Sullivan Barrera. You know what I mean? These guys are not who you think. You know, these guys with Dmitry Bivol, when he fights these guys, he beats these guys. You know, he puts them to the ringer. And he shows each and every time that he is elite. You know, he's not undefeated for nothing at all. That guy's undefeated because he's a special fighter. And I think he wants the opportunity to show it. You know, a bigger guy that fights like Manny Pacquiao. You know, I think the problem is it's political now because he's Russian and he's still a Russian citizen. And I think, you know, they're giving him a lot of flack. You know, they didn't want to pay him. They didn't even want to pay this man. And I'm thinking like, well, dude, why don't you pay him? What the hell? Pay this man what he's worth. Pay that man his just due. He put it all on the line, but Leonard Ellerbe saying that, I don't know if he really believes that. But the problem is that he said it, that's total BS, okay? But he's saying that to hype up the fight or to diminish the win of Bivol by saying Bivol is not an elite fighter, okay? And he's doing that because he wants to give Canelo more of an edge to build the fight against Jermell Charlo. Because Jermell Charlo's training like the Dickens. If you've seen this guy lately, Jermell Charlo is getting in there and he's doing what he does. And I haven't seen him look that good in a very long time. And of course, I have never seen him that big, but he's moving 2 weight classes up. So what do you expect? He's supposed to be bigger, right? But I think that's Leonard Ellerbe's way of giving Canelo Alvarez more of fuel for fire, because if Bivol's not so good, that means Canelo, based on his injuries and stuff like that, ain't so bad. Okay, that's how you do that. But he's going to be better in this fight because he's going to put it all on the line. That type of stuff. Because this is what you ask yourself. The guy he's referring to, he's building up Canelo Alvarez to make him look like, Bivol wasn't that great anyway. Wonderful. Put Jermell in there with Dmitry Bivol. And you think Castano gave him problems. Dmitry Bivol would give Jermell problems. Dmitry Bivol would probably stop Jermell Charlo because he's just too busy. You know what I mean? Charlo would have to hurt Dmitry to stop his ass from throwing punches. You know what I mean? Better yet, put his brother in there, but we're not gonna go there because his brother, bag problems, inactivity. How about the younger Charlo by a minute, or the smaller Charlo? So yeah, that's all you need to know. Talking about elite fighter. Now, he didn't talk about Jermell Charlo not being elite, but Jermell Charlo is an undisputed champion. So there you go. But Dmitry Bivol is the WBA, and Canelo went up there and bit off more he can chew. And Dmitry Bivol showed that he was elite. See, he didn't say cash cow, or he didn't say marketable. He didn't say none of that. He said elite fighter, and that's where he messed up. Okay. And if anything, to me, I think the opposite, because if Bivol is not so good like you're trying to say he's not, well then, I think that adds less credibility to Canelo Alvarez being beat by him. Right? So I don't really get it, but I understand the angle he's coming at. Canelo, he had a hand injury. You know what I mean? That's right. He didn't beat Bivol. Bivol's not that good anyway. He's going to show you now he's here. Why? Because now he is a PBC fighter and he's fighting on PBC. That's why. Al Heyman, he signed with Al Heyman, Leonard Ellerbe, Floyd, Money Mayweather. All those guys are under the same umbrella. And now Leonard Ellerbe has to throw shade on somebody to make somebody else look good. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Leonard Ellerbe stating that Dmitry Bivol is not an elite fighter. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!